everybody, welcome back to Record-ology. Your 3600 cartridge, and I know you have one because it comes on a myriad of turntables as an OEM installed phono cartridge, but it's also available left and right on eBay and other places online. Almost everybody's got a 3600. And you may be thinking, it's adequate, but I just need to upgrade as soon as I see it. You may be wrong there, my friends, because that cartridge specs out way better than you may realize. But on top of that, there's now an upgrade path for the 3600L. You're not going to want to miss this. A few weeks ago, something showed up that we weren't expecting. An upgrade to the Audio-Technica AT3600L phono cartridge. And, by the way, that phono cartridge may be way better than you think it is. The 3600, as we call it, has been around for many, many years, and a lot of good entry-level turntables and record players come with the 3600 pre-installed at the factory. Now this fits the bill for many, many people, as the 3600 offers sound quality and performance that more than exceeds the needs of the entry-level user. Additionally, this turntable is fully automatic, but the one sticking point, one of the very few gripes people had, was that you were stuck with that phono cartridge. You see, the 3600 installed on this record player is permanently affixed and you cannot upgrade it, which meant that there was no upgrade path for people as they moved along on their vinyl journey. And that actually ushered in the LP70, which is a beautiful upgrade, although at its core very similar to the LP60 series. It does come with the ability to upgrade the stylus to a number of different options, making it a more versatile unit. But that versatility stems from the cartridge itself. You see, that unit, the LP70X, uses the Audio-Technica VM95, and the VM95 has a whole host of stylus upgrades. Until now, the 3600 was only available with its default conical stylus. There are a couple of exceptions, most notably this. This is an Audio-Technica 3600L phono cartridge, and you'll notice that the stylus housing is green instead of the white on here. In this case, it's green because this is an aftermarket fan steel brand wide groove stylus that allows you to play 78 RPM records. Now, this is not an ideal way to play 78s because the 3600 is a stereo cartridge, and ideally you want to play mono records with a mono cartridge. But for people on a budget, this is more than adequate for playing 78s on something like an Audio-Technica LP120 or my Pioneer PLX 500. You can see here it's literally just a 3600 with a replacement stylus. So why does it matter if it's a mono cartridge or a stereo cartridge? Let's talk about the grooves, and to do that I'm going to use this video game console right here, and the Zelda is just for visual effect. We're not going to be really controlling anything intentionally. I really want to talk about the D-pad right here. The D-pad allows left and right movement as well as up and down movement, and it's a great way to illustrate what I'm going to be talking about. A mono record like a 78 only has left to right modulation, like this. But a stereo record, a modern LP, has got left and right as well as down and up modulation. It goes in all directions. So when you use a stereo cartridge on a mono record that's only modulated left and right, you have this up and down movement that the cartridge is looking for, and that can add a little bit of noise. Think of it as having extra microphones on when you don't need it. So a mono cartridge is only listening for that left and right movement, not the up and down movement. The next thing I want to mention briefly is how wonderful the 3600L really is. Don't be fooled into thinking, due to its $15 to $20 price tag, that this is a junk phono cartridge. In fact, it's quite good. And it has the exact same frequency response specification as the Ortophon 2M Red. But let's say that you have a record player with that 3600, and while it does perform really, really good, you would like to take it to the next level. That's where this comes in. This is an upgrade stylus for the 3600L, a first for Audio-Technica. This gives us the option to upgrade the conical or rounded tip stylus to an elliptical. An elliptical will take your existing cartridge into new dimensions. The reason why you would want an elliptical stylus on your cartridge is that it tracks the record better. Essentially, it's a more finer point, it's sharper, and it rides deeper in the groove. In so doing, the record is able to get a better grip on that stylus, and that cartridge is able to reproduce the sounds in a better, more accurate way. The trick is, because it rides deeper in the groove, your record needs to be even cleaner than normal so that it can avoid all of the dirt and debris deep down in the groove. Also, if you have a worn out record, it was likely worn out by somebody using a conical tip, so the wear occurs higher in the groove. That's good news. That means that with an elliptical stylus, it will track the groove below where the damage occurred. So an old worn out record can sound almost new again when played with an elliptical stylus. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to upgrade the LP60X here. Actually, this is an LP Go from Walmart. Buying a stylus is always, this is $36, $38, something like that. And it's a very small thing, but it's a small and meaningful upgrade, I should say. Okay, doing this upgrade is very, very simple. It's the same process for putting on a replacement stylus of any kind for this cartridge. So it's hard to film because I need to pinch it, but I need to rotate it down towards the camera. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to grasp it and rotate it down and away, just like that. And putting the new one on is going to be the same process in reverse. And it's always best to do this with the guard in place for obvious reasons. So we're going to put the bottom little stub in first and push it in until it snaps. And it's as simple as that. Now we just have to pull off the protector, the guard, and we're ready to go. I think it looks pretty slick too. It matches this really, really well. So basically the black is the elliptical and the white is going to be the conical. Right now, those are the only two options. Probably won't introduce many more stylus options, because if you get in the realm of microlinear, Shibata, things like that, the VTA needs to be different for those. But for this particular upgrade, it works just fine. So it's a good sort of backwards compatibility upgrade for turntables just like this. Okay, so what we're going to do is test it. So I'm going to do a direct feed sound test with a song from guess what record? You guessed it. It's Future Sound Shock by Enoch Light. We're going to pick a very dynamic track. Okay, headphones on. If you got them, here we go. This is a direct feed stereo test, and we will be going back and forth between the new elliptical and the old conical. All right, my friends, and that is going to do it. It's obviously a good idea to do this upgrade. It really does help things. I would like to have one of each, the conical and the elliptical. So I'll go ahead and put links down below to both upgraded styli. So I will go ahead and put a link down below to both upgraded styli. Most of all, I just want to say a huge thank you to you for watching and being there. Do not forget that we've got 3D printed adapters. We've got a whole line of merchandise available for you, and we invite you to check that out. But mostly, I just want to say a huge thank you for being there. My friends, that's going to do it for now. Happy record hunting, and we'll see you next time.
Record-ology merch, oh what a sight. Make your morning groove, make your evening bright. From adapters to cups to the shirts you wear, Record-ology, love everywhere.